Thanks, Goose. Well, with most of the year's big games already released, we thought we'd turn our attention to the small screen and round up 3 of the best free-to-play smartphone games. And I have to say, guys, it reminded me just how many talented devs we have right here in Australia.
That's right, Hex. 2 of these games are Aussie-made and they're bursting with style. Let's start with Shooty Skies. It's made by the super talented local devs behind Crossy Road and Pac-Man 256. And it has a similar retro flavour to it.
Affirmative. Shooty Skies is inspired by 80s arcade shooters, with waves of enemies swooping into view and blasting back at you. However, the usual mix of planes and bullets has been replaced with bizarre elements like floating arcade machines shooting joysticks at you.
Yeah, it's super weird, but the graphics are so vibrant I couldn't help but really warm to it. Each enemy has so much personality in their little blocky bodies, and the explosions are so satisfyingly over the top.
Controlling the game is really easy to pick up as well. Your finger controls the ship, plus it shoots whenever you're touching the screen. Although there's an interesting twist in that you have to take your finger off to charge up your super move. And this leaves your ship defenseless.
I know, it's the opposite of your normal shooter instincts, which are to keep moving and firing. But I got used to it quickly, and I really enjoyed my time with this, so I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, it's a top-notch score chaser. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 as well. Next up, my favourite hedgehog is back in Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom!
In this game, Sonic runs up the screen in one of 3 lanes, collecting as many rings and power-ups as possible, while dodging out of the way of obstacles. How did you both find the gameplay?
Well, I think the endless runner really suits Sonic. We get a chance to enjoy Sonic's speed, especially when he does his super dash. And I was able to get into a good rhythm zipping in and out of lanes.
Yeah, I think they've done a pretty good job with this. I thought it looked great, and I appreciate the cool sections like sliding along sky rails with him. Plus, he can use his magnetic power to pull rings towards him. Sonic is way too cool to waste time stopping to pick things up.
Well, I actually preferred Knuckles to Sonic.
Heresy!
His special ability lets him do a ground pound attack that sends out a shockwave, knocking out enemies in multiple lanes. The destruction! No! Plus, Bajo, we all know anything red goes faster.
I think you'll find, Darren, that Sonic's shoes are red.
Knuckles' entire body is red.
All right, guys. Well, I did also enjoy the mini challenges that you could take on. They gave you objectives like collecting 50 orbs in one run, which helped keep it interesting because the level layouts themselves get a bit samey.
Yeah, I would have liked more variety as well. Where are the super jumps? Where are the loop-de-loops? But most importantly, they get the core of this game right. So I'm giving it 3.5 rubber chickens.
It's 3 from me. And now last but far from least, we have another Aussie-developed game. It's Landsliders.
Landsliders was created by a small Brisbane team made up of ex-Half-Brick devs who worked on Fruit Ninja and Jetpack Joyride. And, like those games, this boasts gorgeous art and gameplay that's easy to understand, but extraordinarily difficult to master.
You're not wrong, Darren. This game is brutal at first. You need to slide your panda around collecting bamboo and dodging enemies. But one touch and it's all over. So harsh.
I know, those pogo dinos are the worst. Although my score started jumping up way more when I realised I could trick them into falling into water or off cliffs. Yeah, now who's extinct, dinos?
Oh, good one, Hex. The game does have a handful of useful strategies. I liked picking up the invulnerability power-up to turn the tables on the enemies that were chasing me.
Yeah, there's some clever depth here, like discovering you can slide on air briefly to get around gaps. I think they've absolutely nailed that have one more go feeling with this game. I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, it's really fun, isn't it? I especially loved the bonus characters, like playing as the giant boulder rolling over little Indiana Joneses. I'm giving it 4.5 rubber chickens as well.
You know, I don't like to brag, but I actually met the team at Mighty Games, who made Shooty Skies, the first game we just reviewed, and they were such big fans of mine that they made an asset of me in their game engine. Have a look.
Whoa, Darren, that's amazing!
Yeah, very impressive.